Hey there, generators! Thanks for joining me for your intuitive reading. If you're new to the channel, I do my readings based on the 5 human design types, and I use tarot, oracle cards, and sometimes runes. My readings are non-day specific, so if it resonates with you, then it is your message at that time. All right, let's get started. Also, if it turns out that this message doesn't feel like it's your message, feel free to go back into my library of videos and see if, I always say if something really draws you to it, there's probably something there for you. So you can you look through there and see if, there's a message you need to hear today. All right. And I mention that mostly because this feels like a very specific message, so there is a good chance that this isn't going to fit a large collective of people. So, all right, here we go. It feels like there is a situation in which you're sort of avoiding seeing the truth. You're avoiding letting go, and you're a bit addicted to the struggle, addicted to the suffering, which sounds crazy, I know, but a lot of us often stay in an uncomfortable situation because it feels familiar. Or, there's some other gain from it. Whether it's like we get sympathy, we get, something beyond. Here we have the Oak Man, and he came out in reverse. He usually talks about, like, what do you think this card would mean if it's called the Oak Man? I think of trees as being very wise. They're often around much longer than we are, and they're sort of witness to much more of the day-to-day and all the inner workings of nature and people and our place in the ecosystem than we are. So having it in reversed feels a little bit like we're avoiding the truth and the wisdom of the situation. And I wish to show you first. Let's see. We have this card, Rest. It sort of feels like whatever this is has kind of brought on some fatigue for you. Especially, and there's a reason for that. It's not just that you're tired, it's not necessarily that something's wrong, but with this dynamic, with this situation, it's sort of draining your energy because you're getting stuck in this cycle, and a lot is coming up for you to be healed. When we are triggered in our daily life, when things come up for us, even if they're small, like small things, it is inviting us to acknowledge what that is, and maybe what the source, what the root of it is. The root. And face it, acknowledge it, have acceptance and forgiveness. Forgiveness for others and forgiveness for yourself. Forgiveness is a big word in this reading. Two words come out a lot in this reading: forgiveness and justice. So forgiveness for yourself is just as important. And what do I mean by forgiveness? You know, like if we were the person that was wronged or whatever in a situation, maybe we, you know, we're very quick to become defensive or be on the offense and sort of attacking the person that attacked us, or you know, maybe there's a lot of different scenarios, but when we are hurt, sometimes we can act out in ways we're not proud of. We can also get stuck in regret. So maybe regret that you should have trusted your intuition when you knew something was off, and you didn't. You should have known better than to do this, this, and this, but you went along with it anyways, and now you're here. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. What happened, and there needs to be forgiveness for yourself around the situation, whatever it is. It could be something that happened recently. It could be something that happened in your past that's just like, sometimes things bubble up. Like they'll bubble up in your dreams or just in the back of your awareness. And it's time to heal those little pieces. I can't remember. I showed the healing card, right? Healing, yeah. Okay. Losing track. Yeah, and I just brought up dreams, and I was Lasguna, this lovely lady, often tells us to turn inward into our emotions, to address those emotions, to pay attention to our dreams and our intuition, and really use the element of water as a way to heal you. It could be drinking water, it could be swimming, it could be getting in a hot tub or an Epsom salt bath, you know, something like that. But there's very healing properties with water, as we are mostly made of water. All right. Next out, we have the Stag. And this fierce little buddy is determined to get justice about something. And he has this inner knowing and this inner trust that things are going to come back into balance. It will not be any other way. If somebody has been acting out of integrity, if they have been dishonest or insincere, and it's really rubbing you the wrong way, or it is sort of upending the dynamic of a work situation or a close relationship, there will be a balancing of the scales. I believe this is the person that you're dealing with. Maybe somebody's stirring the pot. pretty sly. At the moment, I'm reading this as narcissistic. Somebody who is very charismatic and charming, but maybe lacks integrity. They are upsetting the balance. They're playing by their own rules. They don't care how things are supposed to be done, how they're supposed to be played out, how we are supposed to treat each other. They're in it for themselves. Do you know someone like this? Does this ring a bell? Just let that sort of percolate. I mean, if it isn't immediate, sometimes we can find that it's, a sibling or a parent or a friend. It doesn't always have to be our romantic partner or, our boss or something. So toss that around, but basically the situation with this person is just, it's really draining you. And there's a need to really tap into that inner wisdom and heal and get yourself out of it. And know that you aren't the one that has to reset the natural balance other than taking care of yourself. If that person is acting out of integrity, or that organization or company, whatever it is, the natural order will be reset. It's not your job to make sure that that happens. And it doesn't usually serve us to wish us ill will on others, I can't remember what the saying is, but it's like, when you point your finger, that's like the ill will going towards the person that you are putting that out there towards, and you have 4 fingers pointing right back at you. So it's the idea is that when we put out that negative or malicious energy, it comes back to us in multiplied fashion. So not recommended. So like I said, another card that relates to justice. This is injustice. It feels like there will be an opportunity that will bring things back into balance. That if there is wrong, it will be righted. If that's a word. It will get flipped. It will be adjusted. Iris of the Rainbows is a symbol of hope. And she does always ask us, though, what do we still need to release? So I can't find that card. So do think about that. Like, when you're going through this healing, what is it that is still there that needs to come up and out so that you don't have to go through that again? But light and hope are coming in, and she, as well as Bear, the Queen of Stones, they both talk about prosperity, riches, abundance, that kind of, the possibility of that coming in. And So this sort of feels like, if we're going to go there, it sort of feels like a legal matter. Like maybe you've been locked in a long legal battle with this person, and the balance is finally going to be reset, and you will get paid for, maybe you will get a payout. So that's a possibility, but that can come in other forms, you know. You could just get abundance in other forms, like a new opportunity at work, a new relationship, like something new, stuff that you desire can more easily flow your way. And this person will be taken care of. You don't have to worry about that. I think that is your message. That sums it up. It is very specific, so I'd be curious to hear what's going on in your world and if that relates to anything you're experiencing. Leave me a message in the comments, and I will see you next time. Take care.